Welcome everyone to today's pop-up Q&A. It's Tuesday. Today we are entertaining any questions you might have about your struggles, why you're struggling, why you're suffering, why you're having a hard time. Maybe you'd like a little insight, but better yet, maybe you'd like to get a little bit of clearing so that you can manifest something different than what you're creating. Hello, great to have you here. Michelle, I think that's Michelle. Do you have a question, Michelle? So, those of you who are jumping on board, type in a question. We'll take a peek at something you're looking at, something you're working on. Feels like we're sort of at the calm before the storm. Hey Z, you have a question? Post it. We'll take a peek. So, we attract and manifest based on what we have going on in here. And so, if we want something to happen in our outer world, we need to create something different going on here. So, let's see what Z has. Please help me with feeling deserving of leaving the matrix. Feeling deserving of leaving the matrix. Okay, great. Let's see what Z's hanging on to that keeps her feeling like she's in this. Past life baggage of persecution is very real. Yes, and that's a program that you have in your energy field. Let's see where it is. In your root, out to that third layer. So this is where you don't feel safe to step into your power. You keep having all these reminders that you are victimized, being pushed down, persecuted, etc. So let's pull all that in. There's a lot of anger and rage in this. Great. Okay, great. And let's see how much victim energy you do have. It's at about 50%. So that's going to attract a lot of that energy. Hey, Crystal, thanks for coming on. If you have a question, post it. So we're working with Z and some victim energy. So let's see where that 50% victim energy is. Also in the root. Also out to that third layer. So we're going to pull that energy in and we're going to send it down the grounding. So Z, have you been practicing the running of your energy every day? This would really make a difference for you if you were able to practice this so that you could maintain these higher vibrations. So that free 20-minute meditation is available both on Instagram and Facebook in the link. The link tree has that meditation in there. Okay, let's see where the victim energy is now. 0, excellent. Martyr is also at 50%, also in the root. And so it's interesting that even though we're going to the same place, we have a different focus. So we're finding different energies. So that's kind of how this works. And okay, great. We'll just send all that down the grounding. So the martyr, now that's at 0. And let's see about anger too, because that's also going to keep attracting a lot of this energy because you're matching those energies. The anger, also in the root, out to that third layer. So this is a big place that you're working on, feeling safe to step into your power. You, along with millions of others, it's the ongoing challenge right now on the planet for sure. Okay, great. So let me know if you feel a difference. You're welcome. Okay, good. So anger is at 0. So you started with 50% victim, martyr, and anger. And now all those are at 0. So let us know if you're feeling any difference in that energy, so that you can start attracting something different. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's a good start. If we had, if we were to spend more time, we could look at some of these past lives. You know, you have ongoing lots of past lives of being tortured and victimized. So it's kind of like this ongoing story that you're ready to let go of. But as I mentioned last week, that, you know, it's up to you to start changing the story. You know, like, did you sit down and write how you want your life to be and how you want your life to look? And so once you start creating what you really want, how you want to feel in that life, then you have a better target to move towards. Okay, good. So let us know if you're feeling any different. That's great. Okay, let's see. Questions. So, Crystal, check your receiving. Oh, great. So, your circle of reciprocity. So, good eye. It is congested. So, at the shoulder of your right arm, it's stuck. So, you've probably not been giving much, not been giving, which activates or prevents you from receiving. So, let's pull that energy in, and we're going to pull the energy out that right arm and pull it into that left receiving hand, which is also blocked, like right at your wrist. So the receiving happens when this circle is flowing. So let's gently pull this energy up the left hand, the left arm. Okay, great. Through the front and back of the heart. And Z, you can also be running this energy yourself so that you can start receiving some different things. Okay, there we go. Through the crown. Excellent. Okay, good. So that's flowing now. All right. Anything else, Crystal? Or anybody else? It's a light day today. Check your receiving. Yeah, it's flowing now. I don't know if it wasn't before. Maybe you hopped on board with what we were doing, but that's clear now. Excellent. And here's a new person. Let me get my glasses on. So maybe you have a question. You're welcome, Crystal. Vida plenabe. What, I'm not sure what that, if I'm saying it right. But maybe you have a question. Thank you for joining us. We're posting questions. Then I can take a peek at something that maybe you're struggling with, having a hard time with, and you don't understand quite why. And this can relate to money, your business, relationships, your health. Any of those things we can take a peek at. Anyone else here? Feels much better. Great. Thanks for telling us, Z. Yeah. Any other questions? Great. Thanks for asking. So I'll call you Vida or Vida. Would you check her heart center? Yes. So currently your heart chakra is open, your heart center, 50%. So this center is open like halfway. So let's see why it's not open all the way. So at the heart, it's congested out to the third layer. So there's a part where you're proving your worth and your value. And there's a lot of judgments in here. I also want to check and see if there's someone courting to your heart. Yes. There's actually 3 people courted to your heart chakra. So let's take them out, because that can also affect why you're, feeling a little guarded with your heart and, pulling that energy down. So let's pull these people out of your heart chakra so your that center can start flowing a little better. Hey, Didkin. I know that's not how you say it. You say your name, and I've forgotten how. But if those of you who are showing up, if you have a question, just post it and I can answer it for you. Okay, so we're pulling these cords out of Vita's heart center. Great. And so, what that will cause, like when someone's corded to your heart, it's going to cause you to judge yourself harshly and be very down on yourself. And people use those to like pull the guilt strings, make you feel guilty as a way of manipulating you into doing something. So we don't want that. You want your heart to be flowing, clear, and open. And so those cords are out now. And let's remeasure your heart to see if that's open. Um, it's open 100% now. So let us know if you feel the difference. Like the way it might feel a little different is that you might feel a little less guarded, maybe feeling a little less judgmental of yourself or other people. Might just feel a little more relaxed in your heart. So let us know how you're feeling. Okay. And anyone else have a question, either on Facebook or Instagram? And we can entertain your questions. Until someone asks another question, Vida. Oh, great. You're feeling much lighter. Good. Thank you for letting us know. There's one other place that I want to help you out with, and it's right in your root chakra. So, right at your root, out to that third layer, there's some energy here that doesn't allow you to feel safe to step into your power. So, we're going to pull that energy in. That kind of goes along with this heart energy. And we're just going to send that down your grounding cord. You do have a good grounding cord, so that's good. Great. So that will also help you feel a little bit lighter as well. Great. Little MJ, let's see. Okay, great. We have a couple questions here. My dad is in the hospital, and I've been feeling mucky and anxious about both of my parents. Okay, great. So let's see if you're courting to them or they're courting to you. So let's see if your dad is not courting to you. Your mom is also not courting to you. So let me check and see if you're courting to either of your parents. So first, your dad. Yes, you're courted to his heart and his root. So this is why you're feeling kind of yucky. So your dad's in the hospital. He's not doing well for whatever reason. It looks like there's a lot of anxiety that like just anxiety that is affecting him on his physiology. Stress basically is. And so he's not feeling well. He's under a lot of anxiety. And so you're plugged into his heart and his root chakra. So he's not feeling stable at all. So when you plug into his root, you're going to feel his instability. So I want you to pull your energy back. Just imagine your energy coming back from his root chakra and pulling that back to yourself. Okay, great. And also pulling it out of his heart chakra. That might be adding to his anxiety when people who are worried about other people who are and then you start courting to them, then that's going to add to their anxiety. So we're going to pull you out of his heart as well. You can still send love to him. It doesn't mean you don't love him anymore just because you're not courting to his heart. Ideally, you wouldn't be courted at all, ever. So we use our words. Like maybe you need to go to the hospital and tell him with words, or call him on the phone and tell him with words if he's conscious or able, to let him know that you're thinking of him, you care about him, instead of cording at his heart. Okay. So now you're not corded to his any of his chakras. Let's see if you're corded to your mom. You're also corded to her root chakra. So no doubt she's also worried about her husband and has a lot of anxiety. So now you had a double dose of worry, all of their worry, you tapped into their worry. So let's pull this cord back from your mom and let us know if you feel any different from this. Like if you feel calmer, if you feel a little less anxious and less mucky. Okay, great. Okay, so now you're not corded to your mom. So let us know how you're feeling. Oops, I've been wanting to call him, and you haven't. So yes. You feel less yuck. Great. So thank you for letting us know that. Yeah, this is real stuff that we're doing here. So, okay, great. Thanks for letting us know. All right. So, Didakeen, let's see. How do you stay in a state of neutrality when you feel very triggered with all the mask stuff and judgment that comes with it? Great question. And it is very challenging to not be triggered because it goes against our grain of what we know innately is a huge hoax. So yes, there is a virus. I'm not saying there's not a virus, but what they've done with this virus, how they've made it a thing, how they've amped up the numbers, how they've done have altered lab results, how they've had doctors, the whole thing goes on and on and on. I don't need to tell you. So we know, or those of you who come on are on the same page I am about all of this, is that it's designed and meant to keep us off track. It's designed to pull us off center. So a few things. So one is we want to be grounded and centered in our core. So let's make sure that you're grounded. You don't believe in wearing a mask. I also feel the same way. Okay, I also feel the craziness around us these days and causes arguments with my husband. Yes. So let's clear some of this stuff so that you don't feel all of the anxiety just running through your energy field. And so every one of you, every one of you, everybody can follow along with this, and you can also benefit from this because I know you're all feeling this way. And so let's first make sure that you're grounded, which you are, and you've got that earth energy coming up through your legs. But you have a worry circle that goes out to the third layer. So that's where it doesn't feel safe to step into your power. So we're just going to pull all of that energy in and send it down your grounding. And you're kind of singing to the choir here. I got banned from an airline because wasn't wearing the mask the right way. I was even wearing the mask, and I had it pulled out from under my chin like this so that I could get some air, and they basically banned me from the airline because of that. So yes, I hear what you have to say, and I've tried. The thing is that we can't convince these people, and we can't talk any sense into them. I've tried. It doesn't work. And so amusement is a huge tool. So we're going to help raise everyone's amusement around this. If you can't learn to laugh about it, it'll just drive you nuts. So you've got good grounding, great. As we bring pure source into your crown and down through the central core, you've got the beliefs in here that you're powerless. You're powerless over this whole thing. And that's true in one sense, in that they've got this thing over us that they want us to do, but we don't have to comply. I know one person who wears a sign that says that she has a medical exemption to that makes her exempt from wearing a mask. She will literally wear a sign around her neck, and she will go into stores and say, I'm exempt from this, and fine, call the police. And then you'll see that there's nothing that they can do. Now, the rules might be different in different states, but um, they will see, at least in California, that if they called the police, there's nothing that the police can do to enforce this because it is not a law. It is a mandate, which is not a law. So people might have their own, like when you go onto private property and people want you to do according to their rules, that's a different thing. So it is very tricky subject for sure. But let's pull in those beliefs at your sixth chakra that you're powerless, because you're not powerless. And the more of us that refuse to comply, the bigger that voice gets, the more this other voice loses its power. So as you come down through the 6, 5, 4, 3, right at the solar plexus now, out to that third layer is the other place where you feel powerless. This energy that says you have no power over this. You're helpless, you're powerless, you just better comply. That's the energy of this 1%. So the more of us that just refuse, like I have gone into places that even just want me to put on some hand sanitizer, and I won't. And then they say, well, you can't shop here. I'll turn around and walk out. Like, fine. That what's going to happen when you go out of business because people don't want to wear hand sanitizer or they don't want to wear a mask. So people that are running these businesses, they don't want to be out of business, so they're complying. But I've also gone into stores that don't have the signs on the ground saying, distance 6 feet, and there are owners, more and more owners, who are also not complying, and there are no. Let's see, it's reconnecting. There are no mask police out there. At least not that I've seen. Not that any of these business owners have said. Maybe it's different in different places, but the more of us that refuse to go along with this nonsense, the faster it's going to lose its power over us. Okay, so third chakra, great. And then as we bring this energy up the front, 2. There's a lot of rage in your lower chakra, that second chakra. So we're going to go out to the third layer. We're just going to pull in all this rage and we're going to dump it down the grounding. And so if you don't have the free 20-minute meditation, this is how you should be starting every day so that all these energies are cleared from the beginning of your day. And then from there, you have a better chance of staying in amusement and not being pulled out of your center as you face all these things every day. 3, 2, 3, 4. It's also affecting the front of your heart chakra out to that third layer. So that's that, it's like they're trying to get us to prove that we're worthy or valuable enough to shop at a store, eat at a restaurant, buy groceries here. And it's all bullshit. It's okay. So now we're going to, as we bring this up through the heart, throat, 6 crown rings, let's, your circle of reciprocity is nice and clear. And the aura, let's clear the third layer. That's where more of that effort lives, especially around the solar plexus. We're just going to drain that down down that grounding cord. Okay, great. So I want to raise your amusement level because it's being that you're at this level of annoyance and anger. You also have lost your amusement. There's no joy in any of this. But you can have some amusement about it. So let's see how much amusement you have. Yeah, see, it's only at 15%. So we're going to raise your amusement about this so you can find some humor in all of it. And you might be wondering, well, there's nothing funny about this. Well, it's true. It's nothing funny, and it's a real inconvenience, and etc. etc. But you'll be amazed at how you just start laughing about things, and you stop caring about all of it. You don't want to. You stop pushing up and against the resistance. So the first place that we're going to go is down in that root chakra, out to that third layer. So that's that powerlessness that's very serious. Like, this is serious stuff, and they've got us victimized. They got us on lockdown, and they're gonna. Well, guess what? They're not done rolling this virus stuff out. You think they're done? They're not done. Just like I knew they weren't done with the fires here in California. So they're going to roll it out bigger than it was before, or different than it was before, maybe mutated, or maybe they're going to bring out something new. But they're not done with this. They're going to have another go at it. So let's drop all of this serious energy down the grounding. And when we start laughing at people, laughing at the people, it's not like we're laughing making fun of them. It's laughing in amusement. People driving down the road with their masks on, right? So that's just the most ludicrous thing I've ever seen. But there are people that are that brain dead. They've stopped thinking for themselves. So let's pull all this serious energy at the root, and we're just going to drop it down that grounding. Okay, let's see amusement. That brought up to 50%. Let's get some more. We're going to go to the sixth chakra, out to that third layer. These are the beliefs that we're powerless, that we can't do anything about this. We're victims. So those fears of losing control, that's the other thing. So another thing, if people, when they jump out into the future and they worry about how it's going to get worse, or things that haven't happened yet, when you're in that worry, you're not in the present time. You're not in your present core, present moment. And that's just another way that they pull us off track. So get back in present time. I'll show you how to do that in a minute after we do this amusement thing. So we're up to 95%. Let's find that last 5% in the heart, out to that third layer. So any serious energy in the heart that's making us feel bad because we have to do this thing, we're just going to drop that energy down the grounding. And okay, so amusement, 100% now. So see if you can't find a little tickle bone around that, and see if you can't find some things to laugh about. Start laughing about it, because it's absolutely ridiculous. And so the other thing about getting into the present moment is I like to imagine a person standing in front of me, and this side is the right, this is the front, and this is the back. And just imagine pulling the energy above the crown so that the future and the past can be in the present moment. So if you can do this whenever you feel like you're worrying or you have regrets, pull yourself into the present moment. There we go. Great job. Okay, good. Let us know if you feel better with all of that. And we'll see if we have a couple more questions. Thank you, Z. I only shop in places that I can be myself and have my opinion. Great. Yes, not forced to wear a mask. You're welcome, love. Our avatar for which thing? Because you can use the avatar for anything. A mother-in-law question. Great. Let's hear it, Erica. Let me just look at the mother-in-law first while you're forming your question there. Oh, is she courted? Okay, good. Mother-in-law. 7, 6, 5, 4. Yes. So she's corded at your heart. That's where she pulls on that string to make you feel guilty, make you feel bad, make you feel like that you should be doing something a different way or a better way or her way. And so she pulls on that string. So let's pull that energy out of your heart so you don't feel manipulated by her, feel guilty. Okay, great. Okay, good. And if anybody on Facebook has a question, be sure to ask so we can entertain some of your questions as well. Okay. And then she's also corded at your root. So um, let's expand the worry circle with her in it and on it. We're just going to send her energy back to her so that you're not experiencing her bad days. Yes, when she's corded to your root, you will experience her bad days as though they're your own. So we don't want that. 7, 6, 5. Okay, so now she's not corded to you. Let us know if you feel any different. And she drives you crazy. Yes, that's why she drives you crazy, is she's trying to manipulate you with her energy instead of talking to you and having a conversation about, you know, what she needs from you or what she would like differently or whatever. But chances are she doesn't have much of a life, so she's in your life to try and have a life. And so that doesn't work. That doesn't work. So the more you can keep her out of her out of your court, no courting, the better you're going to feel. And so the fact that Z brought up this thing about the avatar, this would be a great opportunity to use an avatar for your relationship with her. So we'll do this real quick just as a demonstration. So the avatar is going to represent your relationship with her. So spiritually, we don't work on other people that don't want our help or haven't asked. And so this is a way of working on the relationship without working on the other person or even without even talking to them. If they were to participate, of course, that would be even better, but oftentimes we have difficult relationships with people and not sure how to address it. So this is a great way of being able to address a challenging relationship without ever involving them. So let's see if it's grounded. It has a grounding cord. So we're going to run energy through this avatar just like we would a person. She's got, the avatar has energy coming up through the legs. It has a worry circle. So let's pull in the worry circle from the third layer. So this is where in this relationship, you don't feel safe to step into your power. Okay, great. And so this relationship has 10 creative rings. So it's not a very evolved relationship when you consider there's 50 rings available. But we're going to bring Pure Source down through these rings so that your desires in this relationship are in your highest and best interests. So down through the crown, 6, 5, 4. So the energy stops right at the heart. This is why you feel bad, why you call it feeling crazy. But those are all of her judgments in there. So let's clear the judgments out of this space. We're going to go to the third layer. We're going to just pull all of those judgments into the core of the heart of this avatar. Send it down the grounding. Okay, and then 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. And then it gets stuck right at the solar plexus on the way up, out to the third layer. So this is where this space, this relationship feels stuck. There's no flow in it. So we're going to clear that energy out. Great. So it's coming up through the 3, 4, stopping at the heart. Those are all the judgments in this space. So, and it's probably goes both ways. When you step into this space, you also feel judgmental of her. So we're going to just drop all the judgments out of this space so that you're not judging each other when you get there, when you're relating to each other. Okay, good. So 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, good. Through all the rings, through the aura. Clear the third layer. That's all the effort that's in this space. So this can be done with any relationship. It's a great way to work on relationships. And then the 15th layer, we're going to lift that up. 15. We're also going to clear the 25th layer. That's all the fear that's in this space. So we're going to lift that up. Wow, a lot of fear. Wow, lots. It's you probably feel like, you know, no matter what you do, it's not going to be right. Yeah. Okay. 5 to 5. And then the 30th layer, we're going to also lift that up and out. That's that reptilian influence in this relationship space. And then the circle of reciprocity, that there's no giving and receiving in this space, this relationship space. So we're going to clear the circle of reciprocity. It's a channel of energy that runs through the arms, through the heart, throat, 6 crown rings. Excellent. Okay, good. Well, keep us posted about whether or not your relationship with her changes, and maybe you feel different already just doing that. So let us know. Neighbors on edge, so this will help. Okay, great. Awesome. I feel lighter. Great, Erica. I knew it. Manipulation is a keyword. Thank you. Yes. She feels at peace now. See, this is how real this stuff is. This actually works. This is real stuff. And so you can completely change your life by altering the energies that are in your energy field. Releasing childhood programming of leaking energy. I'm not sure what that means, Z. You'll have to say more about that. Erica, good. I sure will. You'll see her this Saturday. Okay, great. And Erica, here's another thing that you can do is pay attention to how she tries to vibe you, or, you know, like what she will say to you that causes you to feel bad at your heart, or to not feel safe or stable or grounded. If she actually uses words, or if she starts to cord again, now you know the 2 places where she's most likely to cord. So when you go see her and you start feeling judged, or, you know, guilty, like you should be doing something different, take the cord out. Take the cord out of the heart. Take it out of the root. Just keep doing that. And especially after you're done with the visit, make sure you do a great clearing afterwards. No more psychic attack headaches. Great, Z. Good job. All right. Any other questions? I'm not seeing any other questions. Great. A lot of good things, great questions you were asking, though, you guys, about this whole mass situation, and you know, everything that's going on. It can be really frustrating. At the end of this month, I have to get back on a plane. So we'll see how that goes. I'm going to sit by the window this time where I can hide. And yeah, it's some places you can't get away with not wearing a mask. So we just have to do what we have to do. But we can be amused about it. We can have our, you know, laugh about it. Otherwise, we'll drive ourselves crazy. And this is all temporary. This all shall pass. And but there is some more rounds of this stuff that's going to get worse before it gets better, especially before the elections. I think we're right in the quiet before the storm. So keep your head screwed on straight. Keep those grounding cords on tight. and keep running your energy. So if you're not familiar with that 20-minute guided energy thing, um, meta clearing, get it in the it's in on Facebook on the link there, and you can find it in the bio on Instagram. And also, there's some of you that are curious about where you are energetically, like, maybe you want to know if there's other people courting to you, or do you have fear entities that are making you afraid to really step forward, or maybe you have a lot of fear in your space, but you don't know where it is or how to remove it. And so I also do a vibrational altitude report that measures 40 different things: your martyr, victim, shame, anger, your fears. I even identify the fears, how many people are corded to you, on and on and on. You can see the whole list of all the things I read. 40 different things without knowing anything about you, without talking to you. I don't need to see a picture of you. And I've even had some people, they only just send an email, so I don't even have a name. But I'm tapping into your energy. Of course, if you can provide a name, it is just more helpful to make sure that I've got the right person that I'm tapping into. So, don't try to be tricky and see, I wonder if she'll be able to tell now. um, so, it'll be more to your advantage if you at least include your name. And if you want to include something that you're working on, whether it's aligned love, manifesting clean money, or manifesting more radiant health. If I have a specific subject to look on, that can even help me to go even deeper into what to look at for. So I give you these measurements. I also tell you all the places your energy is stuck that's causing these vibrations to go low. And it's a 17-page report that will give you all of this information. And I also include some suggestions on what your next step could be. So also, that's in the bio, and it's a great place. It's where everybody starts who's even considering working with me. It's where everybody starts, so that you know where you're at, I know where you're at, and then we can go from there. So if you're considering that, you could go ahead and order one of those. I could get that out even today, later today, if you're interested. So, any more questions? No more questions? All right. Well, I appreciate everybody coming on today. And, oh, all right, Roma, let's see if you have any chords. We just did clear chords, but let's see if someone else is climbing back in. So, chords, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No, but I'm also going to check your fear entities because I know that was a problem. You still have 2. So let's see where those are. 6th chakra, 15th layer. So that's at 1%. Let's pull that out of that 6th chakra. Whew. All the beliefs. So let's pull this up into the crown, out to that 3rd layer, so you can have more permission. Okay, great. Pulling that up and out of the crown. And then one more in the heart, out to that 3rd layer. So that's going to affect your, feeling like you have to prove your worth and value. And in any new relationships, that will also be affected. Okay, great. Let's pull this up into the throat, heart, throat, yes. Out to that 3rd layer. Okay, and then into the 6th chakra, out to that 3rd layer. Pull that in. And crown. Anybody else with questions? Post it. Otherwise, this will be the last one we'll be working on. Crown. 6. Crown. So right at the crown, out to the second layer. This is affecting your creativity, giving yourself permission to create what you desire. Okay, lifting that up and out through the crown. Yay. Yeah, we want to stay on top of those fear entities. Okay, good. Any other questions? Last call. Okay, well, we will be back on Friday, so be sure to show up, same time, same space. Feels much better. Great, thank you. You're welcome. Thanks for coming on and asking. And so this Friday, we'll be doing a live Friday's inspiration where I'll be talking on a subject that Spirit wants me to talk about. It will inspire me in some fashion to talk about something important. And we will also do a meta clearing on this particular topic. So be sure to join us on Friday. And until we meet again, keep asking my favorite question: how? How does it get any better than this? And then stay in that blissful question of, I wonder. All right, friends, sending much love. I will see you on Friday, and have a beautiful day. Okay, au revoir.